Now, I'm not sure if I got some early access to this, but I'm about to show you the proximity radar for the first time in Forza. Look at this. Goodness me. This completely changes everything when it comes to racing in Forza. I think it's going to dramatically clean up the lobbies, but I'm going to let you know some pros and cons in this video. I'm going to pause it here. This is how the proximity radar works in default, and there's quite a lot you can do to customize it. And let's be honest, it looks very similar again to the ACC radar. I said this with Le Mans Ultimate, and this has to be, honestly, is there a better form of radar than this? You can see when people are smashing into you. It's very helpful when cars are coming up like exactly like that when they're trying to ram you. And actually in Gran Turismo you can use the radar to actually really evade people, slam on the brakes, slow down, evade people. But this is the radar as it works in Forza, and I've got a few questions about it. As you can see, the proximity arrows are still on, and it feels to me like the proximity arrows were originally designed to work in conjunction with the radar. So I don't fully know whether this radar was meant to be there at launch and there's been some kind of issue and then an issue again today, because this is not meant to be out yet. Like, I don't know if, how I've got access, but I've gone into this race and I've got the radar up. But I feel like you can see the proximity arrows sort of indicate roughly where the cars are on the side of the road when they're quite a long way away, so you can see if someone's likely to come up your inside. And then the radar gives you that little bit of finesse in terms of how close they are, the speed that they're moving, so the speed differential. The radar's not particularly helpful, by the way, when you're catching cars, because obviously you can see them, and when you go past them you kind of know where they're going to be. Like here, don't really need a radar for that. Where the radar's very helpful, and I'm going to show you in this video, is when cars are catching you, when they're dive bombing you, you can decide to say, right, I'm not going to turn in because there's a dive bomber. And what that means critically in the Forza Online lobbies, because we know there's loads of rammers, filthy, salty, dirty rammers, that when you see them dive bombing, you're going to be able to evade them. They're not going to slow down by hitting you, and they're therefore going to miss the corner and go off the track. This is really bad news for rammers in Forza, and you can see here in an actual racing, like genuine racing aspect, you can try and block people, you can try and sit on the apex, know where they're going to be. But there's customization with the radar. This is not a sponsored video, by the way, on Forza. I literally have been asking for this feature for a long time and they've been listening, so I want to know the pros and the cons. So you can see here the options. I'm going to go to a different setting for it. That was center top, there's map as well, and there's center bottom. Now have a look at this, and it's important to note that you'll be using this in a variety of different, or people will be using it in different camera angles. So I've started here in third person. We're going to slow down. Look where it is there. For me, that is really not helpful. Now in iRacing I do have my inputs there, because I'll occasionally glance down at my inputs, but I don't really see having the radar there. It just doesn't feel natural. If you look at where the horizon is of the road, you're going to be looking at the horizon because you're going to be trying to see your braking markers come up. And having the radar sit just above that is great. It's in your peripheral vision. You can just feel it and see it. But having it over the steering wheel is really not very good. So I've definitely been run wide there, by the way. Like the Forza AI just loves running me wide. But you see, I'm trying to see how close you can get, what it looks like on the radar. It goes different colours. I mean, now we have this position where a lot of the radars are looking the same, apart from Gran Turismo 7. Now, I don't want to say this is a Gran Turismo 7 killer, this feature, but I think it does show Gran Turismo as having quite an out-of-date radar. Remember, that radar in GT7 hasn't changed for almost 10 years now. It started in Gran Turismo Sport, and it's not in the right position. In fact, I'm going to show you here what it's like, because that is what they call the map mode. And I find it quite amusing that Forza now has an ACC radar, but it also has a Gran Turismo 7 radar as well. Because have a look at this and you'll see, well, let me know if you agree that it's kind of unnatural here. Look, there's the radar. I'm going to pause it. So you've got the proximity arrows. You know that you've got a lot of people about to try and attack you and overtake you, and then you can match it with the radar and see exactly where they are. So for example, at this side, I know that I've got space on the right hand side of the circuit to go into, and I can let them shoot past on the left hand side. But that is such a terrible place for a radar, and I've really got used to it in Gran Turismo 7. It's part of my DNA now to be glancing down to the bottom right where it is in GT7, not the bottom left here, and sort of doing that. But you know, when you're in ACC, it's like a weight off your mind. And now Le Mans Ultimate, and now Forza as well. So ironically, Forza's just gone from having the worst radar, which is no radar, and having the dirtiest races to now having what could be one of the best radars. I'm not really sure how they could improve it. It doesn't look great. It looks kind of basic, but it does the job. It would be great to get this out in telemetry and like have actual overlays again that can use it. Like Race Labs has a similar overlay like this for iRacing. You see, I'm slowing down here to try and see like what it looks like on the radar, and it's just too difficult. It's not natural to be looking down at the bottom left, especially if you're going around, say, like a clockwise circuit. So I want to put it back here, and I want to show you what it's like when there's a lot of people coming at you, because it gets a little bit crazy here. And then there's another feature. I tried another feature that I don't think was meant to be added, but I've got access to it, so I'm going to show you it, which is going to be the replays as well, and that's changed in a big way. So slowing down here, look at the prox arrows all in the middle. You see someone's going up the inside, and then you can see how fast they're going in that Lamborghini, and the combination of the two I think is really good. And it seems really weird now just having the proximity arrows. I couldn't go back to just having prox arrows. It's not right. So it makes me think surely they must have designed it like this at launch. As we slow down here, it's going to be about 1 million cars and trying to get past. So I'm going to show you the replay feature and the features that have changed there, because remember, that's very counterintuitive. Well, when Forza Motorsport launched, the replays just didn't work. They still don't really let you save that many. At the beginning you couldn't save them at all. They never really spoke about it. And the actual way that they've designed it was really weird. Like, you had to go into like a sub menu to change the category of camera, and then a different menu to change the camera within that subcategory. It's like very, very, very unusual. Like normally you just have a button to cycle through cameras. We're going to go here. I want to see if I could save the replay. I couldn't. And I only have, if you count it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 replays. And I can't save another one. So Forza need to fix that. That's not right. And here is a brand new replay. Unfortunately, by the way, please do subscribe if you enjoy this video. It really, really helps me out. Thanks so much. But you can see here, you had to change the camera type still, and then press X to change the camera angle. So if I want to go back now to just having a reverse view camera, it's quite a pain to do it. And also the way that it sort of like loads back into the replay is very ungainly. So there's still a lot they can do there. Forza devs, I know you watch these videos, get in touch. And I've got the great idea in how to make the best replay camera ever. And hopefully it will support now a guerrilla sort of Forza Motorsport multiplayer movement. Now they have full replays here. It'd be great to have this as like a broadcast overlay as well. But lots of stuff coming to Forza in this update, including a new replay. I really want to hear from you. What do you think? Is it too little too late? Do you really like it? Are you enjoying Forza? What's the racing like now? I'm going to put some videos up here that'll give you a taste of Forza. And I will see you next time.